joining us now on GBN Television, of course, GBN social media pages. Our time in studio is just about 5 minutes gone past 11. The mid-morning buzz, it is on. I'm Janelle this morning holding in for Joseph. And this morning we have two very special guests for you. Joining us via Zoom now, we have Mr. Franklyn Dolland and Dr. Nathaniel Higgs. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome to the mid-morning buzz. Fantastic. It sounds like if you're enjoying some cold in your end. I feel your pain. Well, sending some sunshine your way. Mr. Dolland, I know you're no stranger to Grenadian to the bone. I know we're talking this morning about a very special piece of literature you've put together, Food for Thought. But before we get into the book, I just wanted to find out a little bit more about the authors, and I'm hoping you can do that for us this morning. I like that. Okay, Dr. Higgs, before you continue, we just need to take a quick break. There's a little issue we need to resolve. We take a quick break and we'll come back to you in a short while. Stay with us.
much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's the sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight. Just the beginning of our lives, sweet Grenada. This is home, yes. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's the sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight. Just the beginning of our lives, sweet Grenada. This is home, 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 sweet Grenada. Yeah, this is home.
It is important to know what your road signs and markings means. The zigzag lines means you should not park in the marked area. Parking is allowed inside the solid white lines on the edge of the road. Remember, look out for pedestrians. Pedestrians, be sure the vehicle comes to a complete stop before crossing. These tips can save your life. These tips can make our roads safer for all users. Be safe, be seen, be smart. A message from the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force.
Can't wait to see my granddaughter.
This is a plastic bag. From February 1st, these bags are not to be used when shopping for food. So here's what you should do. Refuse plastic. Instead, bring your own reusable shopping bags and say goodbye to plastic. Choose to refuse plastic. Walk with your reusable shopping bags and
challenges, and we're not able to hear or guess clearly. But again, I have with me this morning Dr. Nathaniel Higgs and Mr. Franklyn Dolland, co-authors of the book Food for Thought, a collection of poetry and other inspirational ideas. And before we took the break, Mr. Dolland was just about to tell us about himself. We heard a little bit about Dr. Higgs, and we were just about to talk to Mr. Dolland and how they came together to put together this piece of literature for us. Mr. Dolland, we hand it over to you now. Don't be modest. Don't be modest. Let us have it.
Hold that office. The first being Mary Jo McIntyre. But there is a point in that. So I was second only to a woman. And the point that I'm making is that women are so important. That's why I loved my mother. I love my sisters. I love my nieces. I love one of my female family friends. And I also love my wife, Denise. And even as I say, so many years of marriage, we promise that we're not going to trade each other. She's not going to trade me for two 30-year-old men. Neither would I trade her for two 35-year-old women. No, sir. No, madam. We're going to love that. And that is also part of the book. The question of relationship is a big part of the book. And that's why we are so happy to have the opportunity to talk with you, Ms. McDonald.
Fantastic. I mean, quite a colorful background. So Georgia and Grenada coming together. We're curious to see what was birthed. Just give us some basic highlights. What can we expect from a food for thought?
Again, Elder Hicks.
We can expect a potpourri of great information dealing with many aspects of life. You'll find poems in there that deal about time. You'll find poems in there that deal about the economy. You'll find poems in there that deal about relationships. So every person needs to have this. And we'll talk a little bit later on about poetry and why poetry as opposed to prose. But that's my answer. And I turn it back over to my good friend, Mr. Dolland.
Very well. In that book, you have lessons for life. It's instructive, it is informative, it inspires, and it encourages. All right, food for thought, inter alia will help couples have their marriage, will help save couples their marriage. And I think that's important for Grenada as well as in the United States and around the world. Husbands and wives who might be creeping when they should be sleeping will stop looking to what they have already found. That's a problem with some of us men, I must confess. I once was young. It will also encourage all of us to be better lovers. It will motivate fathers to accept responsibility for raising and training their children. Because important mothers, parents send their best children to school. They send their angels. They don't leave any one of them home. And it will inspire all of us with confidence to be successful in various fields of endeavor. It will impress us to respect every person's pride and dignity. You will be proud to take this book wherever you go.
Mm-hmm. It's in poetry form, and generally we would think females are more attracted to poetry than the males. But from what you've outlined so far, I'm thinking it will be a great read for both genders. How are we going to get the men to get a copy of this book?
That's a good question. I'm sure listening to us are philanthropists, they are sponsors, they are doctors, they are teachers. There are civic organizations who will be able to purchase that book and share it with them. Let me give you an example. As a school teacher, I was speaking and I was sharing it with a friend. And I said, listen, I am now working with some kids and I feel exposure is important because some of them do not have their role models in their community. In Grenada, I had a lot of role models in Bolio. We had Ali Purcell coming from Bolio area. We had Willie Douglas, who was also big in the government, and he had Central Sales located right on Grenville Street and Granby Street. And we had Arrow Palmer, a former governor, all that from the Bolio area. We have Mama Ed that was in the car business, Volkswagen. And we have others that I saw every day. And now to talk about my father and the example that he set by living with one person, one wife, and raising his children. And I went to bed, Daddy was there. I got up from bed, I wake up in the morning, Daddy was there. And he was a businessman. I just had to walk a couple steps to his business place where he trained us to be good businessmen and to be entrepreneurs. So that's what else I was saying about that. Yes. And yeah, but also let me make this point too. As a school teacher, I was talking to this individual and I said, I want to do something for these children. It would be nice if I could have a competition among the students, and the winner, the person who's come to school on time, we had some parameters, we had some guidelines as to what we were looking for. And I said that winner, we would like if they would get a trip to Grenada. All right, just experience, at least getting on an aircraft would have been a great experience for them. And this one said, I can sponsor that. And if I call her name, I don't want to embarrass her, but that was Dr. Emma Harry Thompson, Pursue. I gave her all of them, Dr. Emma. And she said, I said, you can, and she also said, I can allow her to stay with me in my home. And what happened to that child? When she came, Dr. Thompson took her around the place, and she enjoyed it so much that when prior to her leaving Atlanta, she said she wanted to be a hairdresser. When she came back, she now wanted to be a lawyer. Wow. So that's what can make a difference. And these things and these motivation and inspiration that is in the book, I feel will help with it. And the question you're saying, yes, who can help us? She spent about maybe $500 or $600 on more to entertain them. Let's say about $700, $800, maybe even $1,000 she put out. But let's say if some of these people put out just $500, that should be able to buy 50 books. And we might be able to give them a discount. And that book in a home can make a big difference.
Okay.
And we appeal to all the civic organizations, the leaders, the churches, the schools. Each child should be armed with that. That is the weapon against ignorance and apathy.
Okay. And it's in...
I don't want to be too long.
No. And it's in poetry form. So you would recommend reading from what level of education? Maybe primary level?
Well, it has to suit all age level because it is written in very simple language.
Okay.
Very simple language. And what I read here, let me just share this with you. Contrary to popular belief among kids, boys get really into poetry when brought in through rhythm and rhyme. It is the most kinesthetic of all literature. It's physical and full-bodied, which activates your heart and soul. And that is important. It also talks about poetry builds resilience in kids and adults. It fosters social and emotional learning. A well-crafted phrase or two in a poem can help us see an experience in an entirely new way. We can gain insight that had evaded us many times, that gives us new understanding and strength. And I recall nice poems that I grew up as a boy saying, the boy stood on the burning deck. I remember I was just 10 years in the boarding school and the teacher took us out on the veranda, and he said, okay, we're doing this thing. And the boy stood on the burning deck, whence all but he had fled. The flames roll on, he will not go without his father's word. That father feigned in death below, his voice no longer heard. Say, Father, should I be gone? And he's waiting for the father's instructions because the father told him to stay right there. But the father was trapped below and died. And I said, what a lesson about obedience. 10 years, and I remember that poem today. And there were others, The Blind Boy, the attitude that story gives us, and it was written by Cully Sibber. It says, oh, say what is that thing called light, which I might never enjoy. What are the blessings of the sight, oh, tell you, poor blind boy. You talk of wondrous things you see. You say the sunshine bright. I feel him warm, but how can he make it dear night? And then he replied, my dear night myself I make whenever I sleep or play. But how could I ever keep away with me for always there? And not too long. But one more line. Oh, with heavy sighs I often hear with heavy sighs I often hear you moan my hapless woe. But sure, with patience I can bear a loss I never can know. So let not what I cannot have my share of mine destroy. Why does I sing I am a king, although a poor attitude. And that's what we try now to communicate in our book to nearly everyone. So this book is good for every man, woman, and child.
Fantastic.
Amen, amen.
Fantastic. How can people get a copy of this book?
All right, the books are available in Grenada right now at 2 bookstores. The one on Gold Street, that is the Christian bookstore, and the one at Spice Island Mall, which is Art and Soul. You can also get it on Amazon. And if they still can't get it, we give our information, our email address, and they can contact either Dr. Higgs or myself at Food for Thought Poems. I'll give that again later. Food for Thought Poems. Elder Higgs, do you have that right there? Food for Thought Poems.
I'll get it in just a minute.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think it is foodforthoughtpoems@gmail.com. All right? And that's where they can get it. Or we can give them later I can also get them on a phone call, because some people after this might be itching to call us right away. So I'll get the commission from somebody in this house if I can get that phone call, if they would mind giving that phone call.
Food for Thought Poems. Food for Thought Poems @gmail.com.
Okay, fantastic. And the local outlets you mentioned, Art and Soul. What was the first one?
And the Christian bookstore at Gold Street.
Okay.
Bookstore, yes.
We're actually out of time on this segment already. We have a second interview lined up, but I want to give each of you a minute to just tell me the line from a particular poem in the book, Food for Thought, which really represents each of you.
Dr. Higgs?
Which is the piece that speaks to you?
Okay. I'll probably read this one. If you're talking about representing me, I did have another poem in line I wanted to in mind, just to share a short poem, a few verses, and explain to you how I came about writing it. But here's one that represents me. It's called Keep Looking Up. Keep looking up. It's from above he'll come. Keep looking up. You'll see the signs of Rome. Keep looking up. He'll come to take us home. Oh, friend of mine, keep looking up. Keep looking up. The terror by night is here. Keep looking up. Have courage. Never fear. Keep looking up. The second coming. Oh, friend of mine.
Oh, we lost you.
Very optimistic. And I am a very optimistic person. I try to find the good in things. I try to keep hope in my thinking. And that poem was used for a series of talks I was giving a few years back. And it's called Keep Looking Up. Each of us. Be encouraged. Keep looking up. There's another poem I wrote similar to that called A Better Day is Coming. Too long this one, I won't take the time to read the whole show, but when you get the book, you'll get that poem, A Better Day is Coming. And I wrote that poem after I had been diagnosed with cancer. A lot of times we get diagnosed with cancer, think about.
Dr. Higgs, I don't know what happened, but your audio dropped out and we're barely hearing you now.
Can you hear me now?
You're back.
Can you hear me now?
You're back.
Okay. There's another poem I wrote called A Better Day is Coming, rather. And it was after I had been diagnosed with cancer. A lot of times we get the diagnosis that we have cancer, and we look at that as a death sentence. But I kept looking up, and I give God the glory that that's behind me by what, 8, 9, 10 years? No, 12 years. It's behind me, and a better day has come because of the optimism of looking up and depending upon God from which cometh our strength.
Fantastic. Mr. Dolland?
Right. I have one called Don't Wait. And this is, let's give people the flowers while they're alive. Don't wait until I'm dead to say the nice things that you have said. Don't wait until I've passed away to celebrate. Don't wait until I've passed along to celebrate me in word and song. Don't wait until it is all too late. Don't wait, don't wait, don't wait. Don't wait until I cannot hear to recall good times we did share. Don't wait until I'm history to say the kind, nice things of me. You really would have made my day if, when I was alive, to hear you say, not much, but just a word or two, how much I really meant to you. That's one. And then there might have been another one where we talked about lovers, and I think we're all great lovers. And if you have the time, could I just share a couple verses?
We're actually over time, so we would share at a different time.
We'll talk another time.
We would chat again another time.
Thank GBN. You're very gracious.
No.
Appreciate
Thank you for sharing with us, and we hope to get a copy of the book because it seems very interesting. Just a few lines you've given us already inspirational, and everything to bring inspiration. People go through different times, and sometimes a word or two can be the turning point for them. So we would love to have a copy. We'd look for it. Food for thought. We can access it at the Christian Bookstore and Art and Soul. It's also on Amazon. Gentlemen, thank you so much for sharing with us. We'll be in touch again. We'll be in touch again.
Amen.
Take
and
good
brother Joseph got a book. I gave him a book before.
I'll have a read from him then. I'll have a read from him.
And I'll send you a special copy.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for allowing us to come on, too.
Absolute
Thank you
pleasure.
for allowing us to come on.
Absolute pleasure.
Have a great.
You too. Folks, our time in studio, 27 minutes on to that 12 o'clock. What am I? I'm losing time here. It's almost, 25 minutes, 26 minutes now on to midday. We take a quick break. When we come back, we touch base with the Wireman's house. They're waiting by in the wings. And as usual, they have something special for you. Stay with us. course. Mm-hmm.
And went pretty good, right? This is our concrete vibrator. Yeah. So this is basically when you pour in your concrete, you put the vibrator into the concrete, and it settles the concrete, taking out if you have any like bubble spots, the vibrator will make sure everything is
Settled,
neat,
right?
it's settled. Yeah, so we have that. This was pretty good. Yeah, the first time we bought it. A lot of people have been asking, here we had a concrete vibrator, when we're bringing it in. Guys, as I said, all these items that I'm calling out right now, it's at a port, right? So we have a guy right now who's trying to make sure everything is here, it's really here, right? So we have that. Okay, so also we also have our generators will be coming. Yeah. So in case of an emergency, you have a power outage, and you want to do having a little activity, you want to make sure that you have power, for the different equipment. So we have the generator here. Okay. Also we have our hydraulic pliers. Okay. We have our hydraulic pliers, or some people might call it, let's say the hydraulic crimping tool, right? So this is basically if you want to crimp, the bigger size cables. Okay. We have that available. Also, we're not forgetting our rotary hammers. This is our next thing, Janelle. People has been actually coming to the Wireman's house and asking if we have, to a day-to-day basis. So guys, you don't have to worry. The rotary hammers will be in store soon. Yeah. All right, Janelle. So we're moving on. You know what? This next item, Janelle, is basically for the tile men. The tile men, they want something. Let's say if they have a long piece of tiles and they want to cut, one straight length. Yeah, so they wanted a tiling machine that could do so. Yeah, so guys, we have that available. Yeah, we have a long tiling machine that you can call long pieces of tiles. So we have that available here. Janelle, and some of these items that we are bringing in, right? Some of the items is that we pay attention to the customers what they're looking for. Yeah, we pay attention for the customers, and that is one of the promises we were trying to fulfill for this new year. Paying attention to the customers, what they're looking for, what the needs, So we at the Wireman is trying our best for this new year, to make sure we bring what the customer needs.
Fantastic.
Yeah, doesn't matter if you're a contractor in different fields. We're catering for everybody, not only the contractor, as I said, but also for the homeowners. Yeah, because definitely some homeowners will get into the do-it-self home projects. Yeah, and also be catering for everybody across the board. Okay. And also for the guys, in the body workshops, sometimes, as I said, we cater for everybody, homeowners. Sometimes you want to polish your car, you want to buff your car, right? So we have the car polish machine. Yeah. So if you want to polish or buff your vehicle, we have that tool here at the Wireman's house, right? And also moving on, we have our air compressor as well. This is our next item. People have been coming and ask. Yeah, so as I said before, we'll be having all these items pretty soon. All right, and also we have our electric blower, right? So let's say if you have your leaf in front of your door, you want to blow, you really don't want to use a rake, it's a handheld electrical air blower, right? We have that available. The first time around, it worked pretty good. It didn't last off the shelf. Janelle, just imagine you have an item, you bring in an item, and in less of a week, it's sold out.
My problem, Chris, though, my only problem is that the Wireman's house wasn't around when I was a child. I had to get my bush broom and head out. Now they have the leaf blower, you just stand and blow away.
And also, the good thing about these leaf blowers, right? Let's say you have your blow up mattress and all these different things that's using the air pump. Now you can actually use this leaf blower to blow up your mattress, your air mattress, your air bed, and all these different inflatable devices or items. You can also use the leaf blower to do that as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Really
yeah. So,
good.
so it's not only using for just blowing leaf. It's not only for blowing leaf. Anybody could use it in different avenues. As I said. So we have that. If you're looking for items that I'm mentioning, right? So, Janelle, what I'll do, I'll just give out the number quickly. So, if anybody have any information of some of these different items, right? That number is 443-5577 or 449-5577, right? If you're interested in anything that I'm mentioning today or anything else, you can also give us a call on these numbers. And also our email address is thewiremansource@gmail.com. Yeah? All right, so we're moving on, right? If you're looking also, Janelle, for our angle grinder set, this angle grinder is basically cordless. I know a lot of people have been coming and ask for the cordless grinder. Guys, it will be here. So wait no more. The only thing you might have to wait just a day or two just to find out, the prices and whatnot, but it will be here. As I said, we have a guy on the port that's making sure everything is cleared smoothly, right? And also we have our chainsaw, right? Our gasoline chainsaw, we have that available. We have our jigsaws. Also, not forgetting, Janet, sometimes you're buying tools. You have a whole set of tools home, or you're buying tools, and you want something to store your tools, right? We have different sizes of tool bags, available right here at the Wireman's house. And also, guys who like the impact drills and stuff, the drill sets, right? We also have that coming in the Wireman's house, And Janelle, I know that you, in the past, you would have purchased a jump starter power bank. How's that working?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So guys we'll be having that as well. Yeah. And also not forgetting we have our hot air gun. Yeah. I know a lot of people, in the crafting industry, that do different decorations and stuff, so we have our heating gun here as well. And also not forgetting our digital clamp meter, right? For those electrical guys, you want to test the different components, right? So we have that available at the Wireman's house. So, John, as I said, it's a very long list. Yeah, I'll say maybe about 10 pages long. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joe told me you guys were looking to expand to the airport. I'm thinking you'd probably need to go a little bit further now.
A little further. Yeah, I said, that's our goal. To make sure that once you come into the Wireman's house, that you leave what you're looking for. Yeah, to leave what we're looking for, right? So we don't want nobody leaving with empty hands. We don't want people leaving with empty hands. And that is one of the goals that we want to make for this year, and basically for the years to come, that everybody can come to the Wireman's house and let's shop once. Yeah, let's shop once. But everything at the Wireman's house. If it's from plumbing, from mechanics, masonry, carpentry, electrical, in all the different avenues, right? Because we are catering not only for for the electricians, the mechanic, the plumber. We are catering for the tradesmen, yeah, and also the home owners as well. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, there's home owners basically love to do their own projects. Some that have some spare time. You know what? I want to build a cupboard. Yeah, let's do that. I want to paint something. We have the paintbrush available. Yeah, so we have different things for everybody. As I said, the Wireman South's goal is basically to achieve in different avenues, in different way of thinking smart, of getting in different items, yeah, of involving people, of the smart way to do certain things, of purchasing the correct item for the correct purposes.
And that is
So
critical. That is
the-
critical, Chris. And I'm thinking the list of items you've outlined for the construction auto industry, I'm thinking is going to improve people's marketability and their employability as well. Because once you have your own tools, you're going to get the job easier. You're going to get it done more, give it that professional look. The tools will help make the difference for you. I'm really happy you guys are taking that road this year and helping people. A lot of people, I'm thinking small business owners and so realize their dreams and, really improve on the service that they are delivering to us as consumers and customers.
Yeah.
So kudos to the Wireman's House.
Yeah, and that's it. Like I said earlier, Janelle, it's always good to pay attention of what your customers' needs is. That if you have that one-on-one relationship with your customer, right, you could understand basically what they're looking for, right, in different items, right. All we need to do is just listen. Yeah, let's listen. As I always said, sometimes the customer may not know what they are looking for, but just by listening, yeah, you can gather right away. Okay, this is what you're looking for. Yeah, because sometimes you might have, basically you go certain places, as a customer, you ask somebody for help and say, I don't know now. I don't know where you got that. But they're not taking the time, yeah, to actually pay attention and listen. Right? Sometimes a customer will come give us some weird description. Yeah? And we here will actually Google. Yeah? We will actually Google compare, yeah, the different names or the different meaning of a particular item just to get it right.
That's fantastic. I mean, that is the type of customer service you want. No,
Yeah.
I am that customer, Chris. I am that customer. I would probably give you some weird description, not knowing the proper name. And I mean, somebody who's not paying attention, as you say, they may say, I don't know, we don't have it. But you do.
Yeah.
But you have to listen. And I'm happy the Wireman's House. You've really gone all out and you've stepped up your game in 2022. Yeah.
And
Good things.
That's something we normally do, right? As well, that if we basically don't have if we don't carry a particular item, yeah, we will basically call around and find out, and stray you to the person who basically have it, because we want to make sure that at the end of the day you get what you need. Yeah, at the end of the day. Yeah, we will feel comfortable. Hey, you know what? You come to the Wireman's House and you got that experience. Yeah, that different feeling of coming into a place on shopping, asking a question, getting certain things done, even from a quotation. Yeah, we will make sure that you get everything. Sometimes you may not. Sometimes you may leave out certain things that you may not know. We will ask that question. You see on the list, you do not have XYZ. Do you need it? Yeah? Do you need it? We ask these questions. Sometimes customers say, yes, in true, I think I need that, Let me call an electrician and see if I need this, if I have to get it. Because basically what you are seeing now, Janelle, that a lot of homeowners want to get involved of basically everything, from the electrical. They want to know what certain thing is about, right? So you basically see some homeowners actually come in and get materials as well. Yeah, and sometimes they come in and get a quote and stuff. So sometimes we ask that question. We ask that question to make sure that they understand the code. They understand that the different items they have to get, if they have to get the items to go with that particular item. So we do ask that question. These questions that the customer really may not know.
And you may be the cause of it, because you've been giving us over the years a lot of information about energy efficiency, and so maybe years gone by we may just take what the contractor is saying, but with that education, we're getting involved in the process. People are getting involved in the process when they're building or renovating or doing any kind of repairs on their house, because you've armed them, Chris. You've prepared them, so they want to know, I'm getting the best products for my home. And like I say, continue with the education. Every week I'm always happy when you're on. We always learn something, and I'm happy that I'm super happy that the tools are coming in, that people can better position themselves to get some of the jobs and so that are opening up, especially now it's a construction period. So position yourself is what I'm going to say. Position yourself, get the tools. It's going to make the difference in your jobs. It really will.
It makes life a lot easier of getting the right tool for the right job. Yeah, the right tool for the right job. And guys, you need to come down to the Wireman's house. Yeah, you really need to come down to the Wireman's house. We have a wonderful staff here. Is always willing to assist. In different avenues. We're coming of getting items. Sometimes you will call Janelle ahead. Yeah, and so listen. I would like to get XYZ. We will ask you, do you want us to take it out for you? Yeah. So basically, when you come, it's just basically to pay. The items is already taken out. We will do the shopping for you as well. Yeah, we'll make sure the items are here. So by the time you're here, your items is already out.
And that's the type of customer service you want.
Exactly.
That's the type of customer service that makes the difference when you're shopping. The customer service, I always say. Chris, we're almost out of time, but before we wrap again, you've given us a lot of products. Just tell us again how we can find you, your access number, your contact numbers.
Yeah. All right. So the number is 443-5577. Right. The next number as well, you can also get us on WhatsApp as well. That is 449-5577. Also, you can follow us on social media. That's Facebook and also Instagram, right? If you're looking for a quotation as well, we have that available free of charge. Yeah, so you don't have to pay for that. And as I always say, once you come into the Wireman's house, you eventually are part of this family. We will treat you like family. Yeah, as I said, if you're looking for any information about any particular items, from electrical to all the different types of tools, we are available.
Fantastic. Mr. Christopher Salandi of the Wireman's House. And as you just heard, folks, a set of tools that you really need to get to complete your projects, to give yourself that competitive edge. It's a rugged market out there. And once you position yourself and you have the right tools, chances of getting those jobs may tremendously increase. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us, Chris. Right. Folks, we have to leave it here. It is 4 minutes on to 12. The midday edition of news comes up at the top of the hour with Christine and John. I'm Janelle McDonald holding in for JC. He'll be back hopefully next week. Have a fantastic week. Have a productive week. And remember to keep safe, keep sanitizing, keep social distancing. We're still in the midst of a pandemic. Have a great Wednesday. Bye-bye.